What is going on, guys? I'm xHitoBitez and welcome to another MapleStory video. In this video, we're not going to talk about MapleStory, which we rarely ever do. What I have here on a piece of paper is about the Samsung Galaxy S4. Their new phone is coming out in 3 days. Today's the 23rd, so it's coming out on the 26th. At least that's what everyone is saying it is. It might be like 26 or 27. Like I think certain companies are getting it on 27 instead of the 26th. Like I think Sprint gets it on the 27th, and AT&T and Verizon get it on the 26th. I think. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on it. So, right here, the Galaxy S4, they're sort of doing the same design for all of the phones now. I kind of like it, because in a way, it's like Apple. Like, you know, Apple has their design of the box thing, or it was like curved and then they went into a box. While Samsung, they started off with a box and then they start curving it out. Not really sure why they did that, why both of them changed, but you know, it's really cool. And the new design for the Samsung, it's practically the same thing as the S3 except a bigger screen. The screen is 5 inches wide, 5 inches diagonal, and it has 2 gigs of RAM, which I think is starting to go overkill. But then again, you know, phones now, it's all about what's the best out there, and probably most people don't really know anything about phones. I'm not really like I don't really know too much about phones. Like I do know a lot about computers, but phones and computers in a way they're similar, but at the same time they're very different. So the display is really cool. 1080 length, no, 1080 width, 1920 length. That is very good. That's full HD right there. That's gonna be really awesome when you're watching videos on YouTube and stuff. It's gonna look fantastic. It has 16 million colors. That is really good. Compared to computers, it's very bad. But you know, for phones, 16 million colors. That's extremely good. I don't think that anything has 16 million yet. And also, all of them are starting to go micro SIM. Like I know HTC, even they're going micro SIM. Apple was the one that started off with the micro SIM. Even Windows phones, even they have micro SIMs now. I think everyone's just going into this micro SIM thing. So old phones like mine, which have the regular SIM, we're all gonna have to upgrade to the micro SIM, and then I don't know exactly how that's gonna work. We'll see in the future and stuff. The camera, I think, is going a little overkill with 13 megapixels. I know megapixels is not the most important thing in a camera. There's many other things that are very important in cameras, but you know, for just a regular phone camera, megapixels are more important, I guess. And also, something I found really amazing is that you can get 64 internal and 64 external. So that means you can get 128 gigabytes of storage on a phone, 128 gigs. Like, what are you gonna do with all that space? Are you just gonna download a whole bunch of music and just leave it in there, or are you gonna put porn in there or something? I don't know. 128. It's like overkill right there. Like I have a terabyte of hard drive, and I know a terabyte is different than 128 gigabytes of phone, but you know, phone to a computer, that's also a big difference. You're gonna have a lot more stuff on phone, on computers, especially when you're gaming and stuff. But I still can't even fit, you know, put a whole terabyte in. And you know, I have a whole bunch of videos. If you see all my videos, I have like almost 300 videos, and of course I have that saved on my computer. You know, I don't delete it. That's a whole bunch of gigs, but I'm not even halfway to having a whole terabyte. But then again, I do have 3 hard drives, so maybe that's why. And something I found really overkill was the processor, the CPU. It has 2 quad-core processors. One quad-core Cortex A15 at 1.6 gigahertz, and the second one is a quad-core Cortex A7 at 1.2 gigahertz. Now, I don't know too much about phone processors, but I do know that doing this is an overkill, and I don't think that it'll run that smoothly because they're 2 different quad-core processors. What I think what would run more smoothly would be 2 of the same processors. Like when you have a computer and you want to have 2 processors, you would go 2 of the same processors to get the best performance of 2 of them. It's sort of like a what would you compare it to? I'm not really sure. I guess you can compare it to like a dual video cards. If you want to go dual video cards, I would go 2 of the same rather than 2 different ones. Of course, you can go 2 different ones, but for best performance, I would go 2 of the same. So And also, I don't know why they're doing dual practically an octa-core processor right here. Like, what's the point of this? Phones, I know phones are getting up there, and you know they're getting ready for the next step, but an octa-core processor is just overkilling right there, because computers are just getting 8 cores, and not even Intel right now, Intel only has 6 cores. AMD is the only processor out there that has octo cores. And doing a phone octo core, or you know, this is not an octo core, but it's similar-ish to an octo core because it's 2 quad cores, so that is 8 cores. And I know you guys, some of you guys who know a lot about this might start bashing me, but then again, I don't know too much about phone processors and all that, but I do think that this is an overkill. And the battery life is really cool. It's a 2600 mAh Leon battery. I'm not sure what the mAh stands for, but I do know 2600 is pretty damn good. But since this is Samsung and they focus a lot on quality, this 2600 might drain your battery. I mean, your battery might get drained because of the amazing colors and stuff, because Samsung focuses a lot on visual products and stuff, so you know you can get a peel of the audience. I do have the S2 right here. I'm not really a big fan of it, but then again, I bought it for 10 bucks and it's been working really good for like I've had it for like, I don't know, 2 years, maybe a year and a half, 2 years, something like that. It's been working really good, but recently it's just been acting on its own. It turns off whenever it wants, it turns on whenever it wants. It does, the phone like blinks whenever it wants. Like when I click it and I click it back, like a green screen comes up, and then it's just like, hey, I'm a green screen. Maybe phones have green screen of death while computers have blue screen of death. That is the future, guys. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and I rambled on for a very long time. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that it's a very light phone, 130 grams, and also it has 4G support. But then again, all phones nowadays, all smartphones nowadays do have 4G support. But thank you all for listening. If you're still watching this, I did ramble on for a very long time, and I might have spoken too fast, but hopefully you guys stuck through it and enjoyed it as much as I did, because I'm really interested in how this phone is going to perform. I'm not going to get it, but I do want to know how well it's going to perform against the iPhone 5 as well as the HTC One. I do think that Apple and HTC are definitely going to be very scared for this new product, because this Samsung Galaxy S4 is going to be a killer phone. I know Samsung loves visuals, and consumers, they love visuals. The only thing that might stop you from getting this is the battery life. But then again, you can get an external battery, which would make your phone look fat, like my phone right here. It's a fat ass thing. But if you're a computer nerd like I am, then you really don't care what something looks in the outside. It's all about the inside. So thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't forget to rub the rubber ducky.